People are constantly coming to us for all the craft hacks and inspiration so that they can craft better. And we have made a lot of videos over the years, but we thought, what if there was one place that had all of our favorites all in one? And that's what we're doing in today's video. So as you watch this video, I want you to comment down below which one's your favorites, because I want to make sure you have all of these hacks in your craft arsenal today. These are so important to have because they're going to allow you to craft better, craft faster, and craft smarter. And that's what we all want to do this year. So go ahead and enjoy the video. I'm back with more TikTok craft hacks because you guys are loving it, and guess what? I enjoy it too. So in today's video, we are going to put to the test and share with you some of these phenomenal brand new TikTok Cricut hacks that you're absolutely going to love. If you're new around here, I'm Tanner, and at Makers Gonna Learn, we share with you all the Cricut hacks, we test everything, and you're gonna wanna hit the subscribe button to see all our latest videos that are coming up. And I'm so excited to dive right into our first Cricut hack. All right, so hack number one is actually genius, and it's about vinyl. And I really want anyone that talks about sealing vinyl all the time, especially sealing permanent vinyl, to like listen up, because this hack is going to hopefully help you like break through some misconceptions, because I really love the way that Jessica from Cricut and Crafts explains this. So let's go ahead and listen.
People ask me if I seal my vinyl. No, because it's permanent vinyl, but I use a heat gun to active at the adhesive.
Yes.
This will help your vinyl last a long time.
I love
People
this hack.
ask me if I seal
Oh my gosh. Okay, y'all. So if you are wanting to make sure that your vinyl is activated, is applied on, and that it's going to last for the longest, I want to add another hack on here that you totally should be doing, and we teach and train on this, so you probably already know about it, but cleaning your surface. Rubbing alcohol, always, always, always clean the surface with paper towel, alcohol on here, okay? Apply the vinyl, and then what she's suggesting is to grab any type of embossing gun, heat gun, and you're just going to lightly go over this with heat so that it can activate the vinyl a little more, and it'll kind of stick together better for a longer duration period. The heat will just help activate the adhesive to stick longer, and I think this is such a great idea. Even for wood projects, I would do this lightly over quite a few so that it kind of becomes activated just a hair more, and it's gonna stick better than ever, all right? So I'm just gonna lightly go over this one. And I love this hack because now you're going to have the best quality tumbler, and it's going to last so much longer because you went through, heated up just a tiny bit, and that way the adhesive is able to just secure more onto the glass. And where you cleaned it with rubbing alcohol, you're going to have the best results. So now when you wash it or just use it in general, it's going to last a lot longer. How awesome is this? Let me know if you've tried this. Will you try it? Let me know in the comments. All right, hack number two is from DIYholic, and this one, we have a special twist. We're actually gonna do it two ways. We're gonna do it the way she does it in her TikTok, and then we're gonna do it another way that we do more often here in the office, and we're gonna see which one you prefer, which one we prefer. It's gonna be super good. Are you guys ready? Let's take a look at the way she does it.
Show me the life hack that you randomly saw one day that is now an unconscious standard practice in your life. I'll go first.
Okay, it looks pretty easy. Like the way that she does it with the mat makes it look super, super simple, but I wanna first share with you guys the way that we do it and the way we've done it quite a bit, and then we're gonna do it her way and kind of compare and contrast, because I'll be real. Her way looks super easy, okay? So we're gonna do it both ways. Are you guys ready? Let me share with you another way that you could do it. So first things first, take your mat, place it underneath your mat, underneath your Cricut, and you're just gonna line it up. And you're gonna take your cover sheet, and you're just gonna line up the little hole where you could like hold it, and then you just kind of pull and just lay it flat out. So then you just go like so. And again, no matter whichever way you wanna hold it and do it, you could do it that way. So that way is pretty simple. So now let's do it her way. So now she just takes the Cricut, place it right like this, and then she lines it up just like so. She's gonna line it up, and then boom, holy cow. Pretty easy too. I mean, look at that. You're able to line it up, get it all ready to go. Very simple. One thing I really, really like about the way she did it was when you just press the cover sheet down in the grooves, and it just kind of sits there. If you noticed with mine, I had to struggle to like perfectly align it, and where we did it here with hers, your mat's sitting there, your cover sheet just sits down there, there's nowhere else for it to go, and then you just line it up. So the only thing you have to worry about is the sides, which if it's a hair off, let's be real, who cares? So I'm actually a big fan for the sole purpose of having it just like tucked down in there and then just lay flat. Super fun. Which way are you gonna do it? Leave me a comment down below. Our next hack is something you absolutely will not believe. Are you guys ready to check it out? Let's watch the TikTok. How many of you all knew about this hack? Isn't it amazing? I'm so excited. So what you're gonna need is you're gonna need your weeding tool. This is super simple. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, it pops out and boom. What is here is look, your weeding tool opens up, and now if you have any of your vinyl and things stuck to your very sharp weeding tool, instead of traditionally taking your finger and like pulling it off, you can actually press it into here and scrape it out to make sure it stays in one area, and then you can empty it before closing it back. So let me share with you how easy it is to do. So you're gonna take your vinyl and just like weed like normal, but if you don't wanna have to peel it off or anything like that, you can use this little gadget and just stuff it down in like so, and it'll kind of keep it for you. So you could just continue to weed like normal. I like to hold it in one hand, press it in, and just like that, it'll start catching it, and then you get to just clean it out and throw it away from your little container as you weed all of your projects. It's that easy, and then after you've tossed it to the trash, you put your lid back on it, and boom, your weeding tool is now multi-purpose for all of your weeding and cleanup needs. The next hack is from the amazing Corinne Blackstone, and we're so excited for this one. It's one of my favorites. It's really good, and if you haven't seen it, you'll never not be able to see it because it's that good. Are you guys ready? Let's check it out.
When you cut your I keep my mats clean when cutting felt. I use a strong grip mat, and then I use my favorite transfer tape
So
from
good.
143 vinyl. You want to
Love
lay it on the mat,
143.
stick it side up, and I cover the whole mat just to be
covering
safe.
the entire
then
mat.
You trim it down so that it fits on to your 12 by 12
And then
mat.
boom.
Now I'm going to cut a bunch of different colors of felt.
Look at
just so you can see
that.
that this mat's going to get pretty dirty by the end of it, and you're just going to notice like it's super gross
Corinne,
looking.
amazing.
And what's really fun is that the mat's going to come out super clean.
It's the best.
I love cutting felt with my maker using my rotary blade. Now all you have to do is go
Boom.
in and pull off all of the pieces of the transfer tape.
I love that.
And you'll see that your mat looks like a brand new strong grip mat again.
So good. Have you guys ever thought about it? So let me break it down for you because Corinne broke it down on the TikTok. I want to break it down for you again just so that you can see how easy it is and how awesome it is. Are you guys ready? So you're going to take your Cricut mat, whichever mat you want to cut the felt with, peel it up, and then what we're going to do today is we're going to apply the transfer tape down onto the mat, sticky side up onto the mat. So we're covering up the actual mat stickiness with transfer tape stickiness, and then we're going to apply our felt to the transfer tape. Are you guys following me? Come on, let's do it. So we're going to peel off our transfer tape, and what we're going to do is instead of, trying to pick something up, we're going to have it sticky side up, and we're just going to lay it down. Now I'm using the taco method. This is one of my favorite methods for applying any type of transfer tape, and you're literally just laying it down, but you're starting at a taco and then just laying flat. The only tip I have is to make sure to not have many bubbles. You can kind of use a burnishing tool, but again, it's sticky, so I wouldn't, but you can just kind of make sure it's stuck to the mat. So now that we're going to take our felt, notice the felt will actually stick now to the transfer tape and not to the actual mat. So that's the trick here. So then look, boom, 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 apply this down. Now you'll be able to cut all of your images. She tested and showed so many different cuts of the transfer tape. And when you peel off the felt, any residue is sticking to the transfer tape and not to your mat, which is exactly what you want. This next hack is something that I absolutely love to do, but I had to put it in here because I think this is such a good one that I really want you guys to hone in on today. So let's go ahead and check it out.
I cannot be the only one who does this. You want to put a cute design on a cup, but you don't have time to prepare 14 mats, but you do have a printer.
Do not have time.
Let me show you the super simple hack that I do all the time. Save your file as a print then cut image, and we're going to add an offset.
Flatten
Personally,
it.
I like to use PNG files because I think that they're easier. After our offset is added, I'm going to attach and flatten my
love it.
project. Your entire file should move together as one piece. The next step we're going to do is that we're going to get a square. I've inserted the dimensions that you're going to use for your square, and all you're going to do is put your design on top of it. Go ahead and grab all the other files that you want to do and apply the same steps as before. When you're done, you're going to click on your square and delete it. We no longer need it, but go ahead and select everything, and we are going to attach and flatten it again. Just like before, your project should move as one piece. Please do not forget to save your project. If you don't save it at this point, you may not be able to go back to it. And then we're going to make it. This is what your paper should look like once you apply it to your Cricut mat. Next, we're going to print. Personally, I like to add bleed and use my system dialog. I'm printing using glossy paper on standard setting. In order to cut my design, I'm going to use glitter cardstock with pressure less. This is the easy part. You let your machine do all of the work.
So easy.
Personally, you can laminate these so that they can
Look at
become
that.
more waterproof, but I don't have an issue with that just yet. The printable vinyl I use is great quality and it doesn't smear. Overall, I'm in love with the outcome of the
Amazing.
cup. I think it turned out beautiful. This cup probably took me about 25 minutes to make. And that's it. Good luck.
All right, so what she did here that I thought was really fascinating, and I get this comment so often in the comments. So there's a part of this training that we have taught. So I've taught like, hey, you have a mat you have an image that would be 14 colors, flatten it, right? Like that's a hack, sure. The bigger hack of this one that I really want to talk about today is how, did you notice she put in that big rectangle and then she added in all the different images that she wanted to make sure that she was using every square inch of material. Now, I think she could have fit even more images on there if we want to get technical, but I think this is a really good example for all of you that want to save and take advantage of every single piece of printable vinyl available. So I'm going to walk you through it today. Let's try. All right, my friends, let's hop over to Cricut Design Space. So we're here, we have 4, summary images that are ready to go, and we're super, super excited to share with you guys exactly what you need to do here. So we've been talking about exactly the easiest way to fill a full sheet and to make sure we're taking advantage of every square inch. So what we're going to do is we've already uploaded 4 images for Maker's Gonna Learn, and we uploaded from the print and cut area of the website. So all these are available at Maker's Gonna Learn. Become a member today, take full advantage. You'll get these right away. So super fun. So you're gonna take each image and you can see, yes, they are print and cut, but if we were to print these, look right here. So you see it would be very detailed. So what we're going to do right here is we are going to go ahead and add an offset. So we have it selected, we're adding the offset, and of course we're going to size it down just a hair or more, a little bit more. And we can do a little bit less. And then there you go. So we'll just press apply. And it automatically turns it to a black offset. You can just quickly turn it back to a white. What we're going to do before we forget is select both layers and we're going to press flatten. So now this one's ready to go flatten together. Next, we're going to repeat the same process to every single image. So we're going to repeat the offset here, and we're going to press apply, and then we're going to switch from black to white. We're going to select both, and we're going to click flatten. Flatten is found at the bottom right-hand corner. Select vacay mode, go to offset, and just apply the offset. And you can try out other colors. So say you wanted to try a light gray, like you could totally do that as one of the backgrounds, and it creates a whole new mood of your sticker. So now select both layers, press flatten. Last but not least, you can go ahead here, click offset, and press apply. And look, this is a really cool one, but we're going to switch to maybe just a white here. Select both layers again and press flatten. Now, here's where it's very interesting. So I could go through and put in the max print and cut size on the canvas, or I want to share with you just another option of how you could do this, because I think it will serve you better. So let's go ahead and press make it. And you guys can see right here, you have the 4 images. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just up the project copies to try to fill the full sheet. And as you can see, 5 is too many, so let's try 2. And there you have it. So we can have 2 on each one, which is really, really good. You could even, you know, try to manually position some of these and so on and so forth. If you're wanting to make sure to fill in the sheet to the most possible, have a good mix of big images and small images. I would say here we're missing some of the smaller images where we could put in on that right-hand sidebar and, you know, down at the bottom. So just be mindful of that when you're considering what to be able to do and to put on a mat. But this is a really simple way without having to do a lot of manual work to figure out how many can fit on a sheet really easily. So either way you want to do it, it will be really awesome. So now we're going to press continue. I loved her tip about cutting it on glitter cardstock, less pressure, so that it can cut all the way through and you would never have to worry about having any of the backing or anything like that to work around. So then what you would do is you would go ahead and you would be able to select your favorite material. You would print this out. So you would print out the printable vinyl stickers. Then you would go ahead and print, then cut. So it's super, super simple. But now I have a specific hack that's all about the cutting process to your Cricut. So let's go ahead, jump over and check out that hack. All right, this next hack is something you're definitely going to want to hear, so listen up and let's watch it together.
When you cut your vinyl like this, it's actually cutting at an angle and not giving the perfect cut. Grab one of your rolls of vinyl, grab the brown tube inside, take it and put it underneath your mat. From there, you'll make your project like normal. This is a level surface so that when it cuts perfectly. Make sure you follow in like for all your Cricut tips and tricks. When you cut your vinyl
Boom,
like this,
Wish and Star Warehouse knows. Okay, now I will say, it's a really great idea and I think it's really, really awesome. I don't know how practical this hack is, and here's why. I've been cutting vinyl and heat transfer vinyl for years, y'all, years. And I've never had a bad cut because my mat like did that. So if you're interested in it, I mean, you literally just load it in, like you're literally would just load the mat here, load it in, and then you would place this here. Now I have tested this before and it's really neat because the roll will go with you, which I think is cool, but I need to know what you all think about it in the comments down below. Is this something you would try? Is this something you would do? Have you ever had issues because it dangles like half an inch? I will say the best part to do this is when you're using thicker material and it will keeps unsticking from your mat, which usually is more of a mat stickiness problem. So I would just recommend getting a stickier mat or resticking it, things like that. So I don't know. I personally, with all my years of experience, it's not something I'm going to like start doing every day, but it's nice to be aware of and know for the future. And that's it, my friends. Let me know in the comments down below which TikTok hack is your favorite. Which one are you gonna use tomorrow? I don't know about you guys, but I think my personal favorite from this video, because all these hacks have really not been talked about here on the channel, the one that I'm taking home, the one I'm gonna be using every single day, is sealing my permanent vinyl on glass with the heat gun. Is that not a game changer? Like, I need that in my life right now. So let me know in the comments down below which one you're going to do. If you're new around here and you have not been able to take my Cricut Confidence crash course,
I hope you guys are ready because this is gonna be rapid fire hacks. I have the timer out for this video. We're gonna set this thing to 20 minutes and we are gonna try our absolute best to get through 20 hacks in 20 minutes. Are you ready? Before we get the 20 minutes started, if you are new here, my name is Lauren. I'm a craft producer here at Makers Gonna Learn, where we love to bring you inspiration, education, and motivation to get your die cutting machine out of the box and start using it. We also have an amazing membership community where we bring you thousands of cut files. Right now, we have over 15,000 plus cut files on our website, thousands of fonts where we bring you new cut files and fonts every single month with commercial use license. If you want to check that out, click that first link down below to definitely check us out. But if you're ready for 20 hacks in 20 minutes, let's go ahead and get this timer started and let's get going. We're going to go ahead and set this timer for 20 minutes and we're going to get started. We're going to start here in Design Space, rapid fire, 20 things. Now, not all of them are going to be in Design Space, but let's get through this. Hack number 1. Did you know that you can shuffle through your grid? Up here in the top left-hand corner, if you just click this square, you can shuffle through all of the different grid types here in Cricut Design Space. Hands down, one of my favorite ways to shuffle through the grid. So hack number 2 is all about fonts, and this is especially for those that may be wanting to create stickers. What happens when you flatten your font? You see how there was a kind of like a black line or an outline. We'll change it back to a basic cut. It's going to change the colors, but you can see that there's a very faint black line there, but when you go to flatten, it removes that. So if you are wanting to create words that still have a very faint outline on them, what you need to do is we're going to duplicate that. We're going to change it operation from basic to pen. From there, you can choose your thickness. What you'll do is you'll click on this box here. You can drop down fine, extra fine, gel. It gives you the millimeter on the side if you want to also go by that. Normally gel is a pretty good one. We'll do black. You can see it got a little bit thicker. From there, what you're gonna do is select both, go to align, center, and now we have that black line, and when we go to flatten them both together, that black line stays. So hack number 2, to add a black outline to your flattened image, duplicate your words, change it to a pen function, flatten them together. Hack number 3 is also going to be one in Design Space, and it is about text. It is about adding 2 different font styles together. I love how we have Ruby Claire here, but for some reason Claire is getting a little bit lost up against there. What we're gonna do is we're gonna create a knockout text, and to do that, you're gonna go to offset. You're gonna create an offset. 0.25 is probably gonna be way too big. Normally we like to start out at like a 0.1 or maybe even smaller. We'll go with 0.1. You're gonna add your offset, select your offset, and your text. You can see here I have offset and Ruby selected. Now what I can do is I can go to slice because it's 2 layers, and now I'm just going to get rid of what we have sliced, and now I have a super cute knockout text where I can read Claire perfectly and still read Ruby, and it just looks really, really good together. Hack number 4 in Design Space is going to be all about spacing things evenly. So let's say we have these elements here. We want them in a straight line to start the process of creating a border. And let's say I want to duplicate these because I still want 2 more over here. What you can do, instead of having to line these up, you could pull your grid back in, try your best to line up the points and go from there. That would work, but let me show you a really quick way to do this, or a little hack, if you will. We're going to select all. Now this truly isn't a hack, this is a function, but I don't think it's a function that has been used or utilized a lot here in Design Space. So the first thing that you're gonna wanna do is go to align and come down here. Now, this might get a little bit confusing. We have distribute horizontally and distribute vertically. Vertically has it turned sideways, but it's showing you that it's distributing them evenly from the top to the bottom. Distribute horizontally has them on this, like, to the side. It's a little bit confusing, but this is the one we want because we want our 2 end pieces to stay the same and everything in the middle to distribute. So we go distribute horizontally. You can see that they moved while they're still selected. Go to align, and then we can center them vertically, and now they are perfectly aligned all across the board, and we can attach them together, and this is going to be the start of your border or whatever you're wanting to create. So that's going to be hack number 4. Hack number 5 is all about thin fonts. Now this is going to be super helpful. This font specifically is a Maker's Gonna Learn. It's a Bridget font. The font name is Bridget. It is very, very hard to cut thin stuff with this font. So what you can do, a hack that we love to do with a font that we love but it's too thin, if you'll create an offset, and we're talking like a 0.1 is too much. We're talking like a 0.01 or a 0.02. You can barely even see that there, but when we click apply and we pull our text away, you can see that their original text is still a lot more thin. Now we do lose a little bit of detail here, but this is gonna be a lot better to cut and easier to cut, especially if you are doing something tiny, tiny, tiny. You're gonna want to add that 0.01 offset and use the offset versus the actual font. Okay, we're currently sitting at 15 minutes. Let's keep going and see how much more we can get through. This is hack number 6. If for some reason you come down here to combine and you weld your stuff together and you can't go back later and figure out what it was, this is the hack that I need you to pay attention to, and this is learning all about your image info. So you can see we have weld result here. If you click down, if you hold Control or Command, And on a Mac, it may be different, but it is Control or Option. And you scroll down here to the bottom. This is a right click. So this is the same as a right click. If you're on a Windows and you right click, it's just a little bit different on a Mac. It's Control click for a Mac, and you scroll down to image info. You can see that it gives you the fonts. So the cursive one was Banana Pudding, and the selected big one was Andy. So you can, after you weld an image, and this is not just for text, you can do this with images as well. You can find the name or how that image was saved by right clicking or Control click and coming down to image info. The next hack that I want to show you is how you can take a single color SVG and turn it into a multicolor SVG. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this as many times as I want colors. So let's say I want 3 colors. If you want the stars a different color, let it one color and snow a different color, you can do that. So let's say I want 3 colors. I've duplicated it and now I have 3 of them. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna start with my top one, and to create a multicolor, we're going to contour out everything that is not part of the first color. So let's say we wanna start with snow. We hide all contours, just select snow, and here we have the snow section, and you may even wanna duplicate it a 4th time so that you have we'll have it over here in the corner. That's your original. So now we want to go to contour. We've done snow. Now we want all of the twinkle stars. So we're gonna hide all contours, and we're going to select all of the little accents and twinkle stars here and hide the W. So now we have all of our twinkle stars that go around it, and now we need Let It to be by itself. So once again, hide all contours. We're selecting Let It and getting rid of the W. And here we have Let It Snow. So now we can change our colors. Let's say we wanted this one blue, maybe this one a little bit darker blue, and that one let me bring the snow here, like a deeper blue. And now you can see that we have multiple color. We now have a multiple color SVG. What you can do, you don't have to attach it together. If you want to, you can group them together like this. That's not going to change it. You can move it. But now what's going to happen is you can send it to your Cricut and cut every single different portion of this SVG in the different colors. Now let's talk about making it into a sticker. So this is gonna be a couple different hacks together, but we're mainly gonna talk about easy peel stickers. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create an offset to this whole thing, all layers. We're gonna create an offset. It's gonna be more than 0.1. We'll go back to 0.25. Beautiful, apply. We want it to be white on the background, lovely. You could even go ahead and we'll contour out these 2 middle pieces if you want to. Now, I'm gonna duplicate this, put it over here, bring this back in. So let's say we wanna create an easy peel sticker. What you need to do is you need to flatten together, and we'll go ahead, let's change the color of our canvas from white to gray so we can see. Now what you're gonna do is you're gonna create another offset. Now it doesn't have to be 0.25, it can be 0.5. This is however much you want the easy peel to be. And you're going to apply. Now it says it's a print and cut, but we want this to be a basic cut because we want to cut all of this out on the outside so that it is an easy peel sticker. And to do this and cut through both the sticker paper and the backer, what you're gonna need to do is duplicate it. We're going to send it all the way to the back, just like so. We're going to select all of these, align and center them. Now it looks like nothing is centered. Once you have all of these layers, you can see we have our flattened layer, which is the Let It Snow sticker, our offset, and then our other offset here. If you go to attach them together, what that is going to do is it's going to recognize this Let It Snow as the sticker. It's going to cut that out, and then there's going to be it's going to do 2 passes back here, which will cut through the backer, making you an easy peel sticker. That is hack number 7 for you. And now let's go ahead and go to the Make It screen and let me show you all of these other hacks. So now that we are here at the Make It screen, there's gonna be lots of things that look crazy. Clearly this is way too big. You can see that we have lots and lots of mats. Don't worry, I have reasons for everything. So first up, with this next hack, did you know that you can select multiple things on one mat and move to a second mat? So what you can do, you can see you can move them individually, or if you select all that you want, you can click these 3 dots and you can move them all to one mat together. Now, look how easy that is, y'all, it's insane. Also, while we're here, hack number 8, 9, I've lost count at this point. Did you know that you can cut the same material, you can cut multiple colors of the same material on one mat? So what you're gonna wanna do is you're going to set your mat up and you're gonna have each material color. So let's say we want our stars in yellow. We're gonna put all of our stars in the bottom left-hand corner. That's where our yellow material is going to go. Then we have Courtney over here. It's gonna be in pink. The pink corner is gonna be down in the bottom right. And then Let It Snow we want in blue. So you're going to put that in the top right and then put your blue material in the top right. What that's going to do is that is going to allow you to cut the same material but multiple colors on the same mat. Now, while we are here, did you know that you can also create your own material settings? So let's just go ahead and go to continue. How you're going to create your own materials is first off, go to Browse All Materials. At the very bottom left, you're gonna go to Material Settings, and then you're gonna scroll all the way down to the bottom, click Add New Material, name your new material, Cool New Stuff, save, and from there you can set your pressure settings to as high or as low as you want. You can do your multiple passes if you want to, and you can choose between a fine point and a deep point blade. So you can go ahead and create your own custom settings as well. Once you're done, you're just gonna click save and you can see it will be right there. So that is just a little quick hack on creating your own custom settings. Yes, we're gonna cancel the cut. Another thing that I think is, once again, maybe not a hack, but one thing that I don't feel like a lot of people utilize, and that is the fact that you can come up here to File and open a new window, and you can work on multiple mats and work with multiple machines at the same time. So what you're gonna do is you're just gonna go to your canvas, and you can see here in the top corner, if you have maybe an Explorer and a Maker, you can change this to Maker. That way you do everything you want to on the Maker on this tab, and then everything you want on the Explorer on this tab. So utilizing multiple windows is a great way to multitask and get lots and lots of stuff done. Okay, y'all. We've got about 7 minutes left. I've given you all of the hacks in Design Space. Let's rapid fire some of these hacks that we have on the table and try to get within this 20 minutes. So first up, we have this little teeny tiny design, and let's go ahead and I'll go overhead and show it to you. I hope you guys can see this. First of all, this is a great example of what adding an offset to a thin font, if you're cutting it very small, is going to be, because this is the offset. Y'all, that's how crazy it is. But my hack for this is, if you have a design and you're wanting to line it up perfectly, what you need to do, and I'm trying to hold this where you guys can see, is line up the 2 edges of your words. You can see that this is not even, but to find the center point, you need to crease that there. Now I have a crease right there in the middle to tell me what the exact center point is. So when I go to put that on my blank, I know where the center is and where I need to line it up. Now, speaking about finding the center point, if you are working with shirts, what you need to do, this is a hack for those that are working with shirts. Take your shirt, I would fold the front facing the outside, line it up like this. Take your mini easy press or iron and create a line. Iron that in so that you can also get the center point there, so that when you are going to line it up, you have that center line down the middle of your shirt. Y'all don't know what number I'm on, but we're moving. Next up, if this is one of my favorite things to teach people, if you have a squeegee, did you know you can use it for your bottles or curved surfaces to keep them steady while you are putting vinyl on them? It is a great hack to have your squeegee there. Use that center point as a way to add your vinyl. Now, if you all been around, you know glass bottles and Lauren don't work very well together, so I'm not gonna be messing with that a lot, but I love using that hack. Now, while I have this on the table and we are here, if you are applying vinyl and you want it to say another hack, get you some alcohol. This is one of those that I feel like has been around for a while. Clean off your surface. This is gonna help keep your vinyl stuck down really, really well. While we have the glass on the table, if there are labels that you have on here and you're trying to get them off, I highly suggest going and getting you some lemon or citrus essential oils, putting it on your labels. This is going to really help you get these off and get that adhesive off. It's going to bring up that adhesive so well. And it's going to allow you to give you a really good, clean surface. Next up is all about tape. I don't know about you guys, but I literally hate trying to find the end of my tape. Now, masking tape is not hard. The worst is the like clear plastic tape. But one thing that you can do, find you something laying around your craft room. I would highly suggest getting like a bread tie, not one of the twisty ones, but one of those like flat plastic bread ties, putting it at the end of that. If you don't have that, you can see here, I just found some extra, a little scrap piece of transfer tape. Add that to the end. That way I can peel that off. I can use that once I get to where I need. I can take that piece of tape off, keep that there, and it can just stick right back down as a way to never lose the end of your tape. Keep you a bread tie or something at the end. Y'all, I love it. Last hack that I have for you, which is one that's been around for the channel for a while. It's looking like we have a minute, maybe two before this thing goes off. Let's see if we can get this mat clean. That is cleaning your mats with baby wipes. Are we gonna make it under the 20 minutes? Let's find out. Oh, we did it. Now, you will need to let your mat dry. It's not gonna be sticky when it is wet, but y'all, wow, that was rapid fire. That was 20 hacks under 20 minutes. Y'all, I know there were so many hacks that we didn't touch base on. Go back, rewatch. Like I said, that was very fast paced. We were trying to get through it, get you the hacks. I hope you have enjoyed it. If there's a hack that we didn't talk about in this video and you want to share with fellow crafters, share with us, definitely make sure you drop it down in the comments below. You never know, your hack may be featured on one of our next videos. If you have enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and hit that bell notification so that you can be notified every time we get crafty. I'll see you guys in the next one.
Hey everyone, Tanner Bell here. Welcome back to the Makers Gonna Learn YouTube channel. In today's video, I am so excited because we are going to share with you not 5, not 10, but 20 different hacks to turn a Cricut beginner into a pro. The reason why I'm so excited about this video is traditionally it would take you months, if not years, to kind of learn these hacks on your own. But in one YouTube video, we're going to share with you 20 hacks that I always use on a daily or weekly basis that is going to help elevate your Cricut journey so much in such a short amount of time. I know you're going to find all 20 of these valuable, so go ahead, give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. If you're brand new here, we would love to help you here at the Makers Gonna Learn channel master your Cricut machine. And if you're interested, check out our membership, first link down below. If you're excited, let's go ahead and jump right in to all 20 of these. And as you learn these, leave me some comments. Let me know which one you didn't know, which one's your favorite, and I'm so excited to share these with you. All right, my friends, if you watch any of our videos here at the Makers Can Learn channel, number one is obvious to you. This is leaving your vinyl on the mat as you weed to allow the Cricut mat to be your third hand. Notice as I weed, it is extremely useful that the vinyl is still on the mat. This is one of my absolute favorite hacks that I think you all will find very usable when you're weeding. This has changed the game for so many Cricut users out there. I kind of developed the weeding on the mat hack many, many years ago, back before I think the Cricut Maker was even a machine. And we've been doing this for so long. So I think you all will enjoy it as well. And look at this. I mean, it helps you so much with your weeding. If I was trying to do this without the mat, you would not see it be too successful at all. So then you can come in and just continue weeding. You can see for these bigger images that the HTV kind of comes up sometimes just because you're applying so much pressure, but it is still very, very helpful. And that will depend also on your mat stickiness. So right here, you can just weed all of this up. It's very simple. And look at this, not having to worry about it moving around as you weed, just like so. And there you have it, my friends. After you weed, you can just peel this up and you're going to see that your image is all ready to go and you'll be able to press it down with that heat transfer vinyl. This same process would work if you're using vinyl or heat transfer vinyl when you discuss weeding on the mat. All right, my friends, hack number 2, you're going to want to have a t-shirt that you are going to press. I like to use the Easy Press mat underneath, and I have my Cricut Easy Press right here. Now, the question I get asked all the time, Tanner, how do I find the middle of my shirt? Let me share with you exactly what I do to find the middle of my shirt. So for the hack, you're going to take these right here. I like to line these up, and then you're going to be able to find the middle of the shirt. So I pick it up and just kind of let it flow. So I like to pick it up like this, shake it, and as long as these two are lined up, you can press it and lay it back down onto your mat. And I just like to stretch these out. And what we're going to do is we're going to create kind of like a pressing line. So we're going to create a line right here with our Easy Press to know the exact middle of the shirt. So just like so, you're going to take this and press. So I press this for roughly 5 to 10 seconds, and this just helps me know where the exact center is. So look right here. So there you have it. So now you can open this up, and you can see we have a very faint straight line going down here on the shirt. Now you may say, Tanner, how do I then line up and make sure my design is perfectly centered as well? So let me grab my design. And this is the one we just weeded. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to fold this together and we're going to take the edge of both designs. So from the edges. So one point that I want you all to know, if you notice, the transfer is not cut evenly. So don't worry about the transfer, worry about the two designs. So like focus on just where your design is, fold it, line up those two edges like so. And then once you have, just at the top right here, pinch down. And then at the bottom down here, pinch down. All right, so now we have two indentions. And I always put my shirt about 3 inches down from the top. And look at that. We can line up all our lines. So our indention at the top, our indention in the bottom, already lines up with our line going down. And then you can press this right here. I will say your pressing line comes out after you press again, so no big deal. You can now take your heat press and you're going to be able to press your shirt. And then once you pressed it, you can remove this. And as you can see, it's that easy to confidently line up the center of your shirt with the center of your design every single time. All right, my friends, if you're anything like me, you're always wanting to apply vinyl to some really unique surfaces, maybe an ornament or maybe a tumbler. So let me share with you how I like to have two kind of random objects to help keep them in place. Number one, for our ornament, guess what? It's a piece, a nice little roll of Scotch painter's tape. Something simple, any tape will do, and that way it'll keep it right in place when applying vinyl. Now for our tumblers, you guys will not believe this. This is a 143 squeegee tool. It has this indentation right here, which is perfect for us because we'll be able to sit a tumbler right there in the center, and it keeps it pretty sturdy when needing to apply vinyl. Is that not an awesome hack? You guys are going to love that one. Now, since we have the tumbler, we're actually going to use this one for the next hack as well. So our next hack, we are talking about any glass or any porous surface that needs or may have residue you may need to clean off. So since our tumbler is part of our next hack, we're going to use this too. So any non-porous surface like glass, tumblers, anything like that can have a buildup of residue that you need to clean off. And you'll get a better vinyl application when you clean it off with rubbing alcohol. So at the Dollar Tree, you can get these pump bottles. They're very popular. You can open and close it. So I just opened mine, and then you pump. You'll get the perfect amount of rubbing alcohol, and you'll be able to clean this off. Now, I want to challenge you guys, if you've never done this hack, to do it onto a surface and then try to apply vinyl to it. You'll see the vinyls go apply so much better than before. It really does help, and you'll get a longer lasting vinyl every single time. All right, for hack number 5 and 6, I have something super fun for you. So I have vinyl that's already cut out and it already has transfer tape on it. But this is the tip that people forget about. It's burnishing. So we need to burnish it, right? So we're right now burnishing the vinyl onto the backer. And then I like to peel it up. And then I like to burnish the back to make sure that it is going to come off really well. So the first time you're burnishing is to make sure the vinyl is attached to the transfer tape. And the second time you're burnishing is to make sure, again, that vinyl is on that transfer tape, not the backing any longer. So then you take your edge and you're going to peel it up. Ta-da! Amazing results. Now, for hack number 6, we want to talk about applying vinyl to round surfaces. Here's what you don't want to do. You don't want to go in and just lay it flat because it can create air bubbles and it can actually hurt your design. What we recommend doing for round surfaces is we like to create some slits. So you can trim this down or just create more slits, whichever you prefer, all the way around your design, just like so. And then what you're going to be able to do is apply it. And what you'll notice is you're kind of giving it grace to go and lay flat like it should. So then you can come in here and just lay this down just like so. And then I take my finger and just apply it down. And if you need to peel some of it up to make sure it goes down well, you could easily do that. And look at this. Such a great result. And then one thing that the slits help you do is when you need to remove the transfer tape. So it kind of goes down in different sections, which is totally fun. You can just start peeling up this right here. For ornaments, I also love using masking paper transfer tape. You'll find it's really great to use masking paper transfer tape for projects like this as well. So I think you'll be really impressed with either transfer tape you go with. The clear is just sometimes kind of hard to see even on your ornament. And as you can see, my friends, you have your vinyl now on your ornament. All right, my friends, for hack number 7, I want to encourage you guys to use non-brand Cricut products. For example, we absolutely love our products from StarCraft. That is from 143 Vinyl. That's where we get our StarCraft material. So good. You could also look at using some Caesar Easy Weed, such a great heat transfer vinyl product for you guys to try out. And we've even been using some other products like Tech Wrap Vinyl, which is right here. They have so many fun patterns. And a lot of times, not only is better products out there on the market than just Cricut brand products, you're going to save some money. We're going to keep some money in your pocket when it comes to using non-brand Cricut items. I think you'll be really impressed with how it is going to be. I know for me, when I was able to find out that there was other products other than Cricut brand out there that was cheaper and possibly better quality, really changed my world. So as you watch the Makers Gonna Learn channel, you're gonna find out that we don't use a ton of Cricut brand material when it comes to vinyl and heat transfer vinyl. We love some of their faux leathers, we love some of their other material, but when it comes to vinyl and heat transfer vinyl, there's other ones that we prefer at much better prices. So that is going to help not only elevate you into a pro crafter, but it's actually going to keep some money in your pocket, which I think you'll appreciate. All right, my friends, when it comes to specialty material, or really sometimes just about any material, and your mat's just not that sticky, right? Like this one's got a little love on it, but you know, it's still got quite a bit of use out of it. I want to encourage you to do this hack right here. First of all, you're going to apply your vinyl on here, and of course you're going to try to make sure it stays. But if you still feel like it's just not going to stay down well enough, I want to encourage you to use a brayer. This is a Cricut brayer. We love this here. We love any brayer. And this just helps make sure to activate the adhesive and make sure to apply this down really, really well. And let's say we're using a specialty material or chipboard or something like that, and it's just, there's no way it's going to stay down. We encourage you to grab some masking tape and just simply tape around the edges here to make sure it's going to stay in place. That will not hurt your blade or anything like that. It's actually normal to have some masking tape for those thicker materials like chipboard on the edge here, and we've never ran into any issues when running it through the Cricut machine. All right, my friends, while we're still on the topic of our mat stickiness, and I have this mat that just, it looks good, but it's not as sticky as I would like it, right? It's been loved on. I want to encourage you guys to not throw away your mats right after they lose a little stick, but I encourage you to grab a baby wipe. This is a really easy hack that will change your game and again, keep some money in your pocket. So you're going to grab a baby wipe, and within circular motion, we're actually going to clean our Cricut mat with a baby wipe. You're going to apply a medium to mild pressure, and you're going to start seeing that a lot of this residue is going to actually come up. So you can see it's starting to come up, and I just do circular motion, just like so, all over the mat. And it might take 2 to 3 baby wipes to really revive a mat. And when you do this technique, you'll notice the mat is a little mild sticky. Like the sticky has actually went away worse. It's because the baby wipe is actually wet. So when you have a wet or a damp baby wipe or paper towel or anything like that, it's actually going to not be sticky at all. But as it dries, the stickiness comes back tenfold because you're removing any and all of that residue from the mat, which is really, really handy. So again, circular motions all over the Cricut mat. This works fantastic for any fabric-y material you've used on a mat. I highly recommend this for fabric grip mats and things like that. Super, super handy. And again, you will use, 3 or 4 baby wipes depending on how wet they are. This pack is not that wet at all, so I'm using probably about 4. But it's definitely getting all the residue off. And I've tested 2 to 3 or 4 really different mat hacks to clean. And the baby wipe is my favorite one because you don't leave your craft room. You're able to stay in your craft space. Everyone can grab a pack of baby wipes. They sell them at the Dollar Tree. You'll pick them up, and just clean the residue off. And there you have it, my friend. After you have cleaned your mat, you'll be able to dispose of your wipes, and then you're just going to let this sit out and air dry for about 5 to 10 minutes. All right, my friends, we have jumped over to Cricut Design Space for hack number 10. This is one we recently developed, and I think you're going to be high-key impressed with it. So if you've never heard of it, when I tell you, drop me a comment down below because you will want to have this one. So for example, let's say you've welded 2 different fonts together. You've saved the project, a month later you come back to it and you're like, oh my gosh, I need these fonts again, but I have no idea what the name is. Have no fear, I have a hack for you. Select the layer. You're going to see once it's selected, it's highlighted dark gray in the layers panel. You're going to want to come over to just the text, and you're going to want to left click. So you just click and then come down here to image info. You're going to see under image info, you can see faintly the 2 selected fonts. And it even tells you that you did a weld result of an offset. So it gives you a little intel on how you got the design you have today, which for this project, the Ruby Claire, you were able to see we used Amber Light and a chiffon font. So both of those together created this project right here. And again, even further down, it tells you it was a weld result of an offset, which I find really handy and very helpful for Cricketers like me that always forget, hey, what font did I use? I already welded it, I have no idea. All right, my friends, for the next hack, we're still in Cricut Design Space for hack number 11, and this one is a really sneaky way to take an image outside of Design Space. As you guys know, unfortunately, we cannot export any design to a JPEG, PNG, SVG from Cricut Design Space. So this hack is the best thing that we could do if you've designed something in Design Space but need to get it into another program. So what we're going to do is actually remove the grid from the background. If you guys did not know, you don't have to craft with this grid here. I find it very overwhelming and just unnecessary. So what you can do is come up here to the 3 lines, press that, you'll find your profile, home, canvas, and a bunch of different buttons. I want you to scroll down to settings. Once you found it, select settings, and you're going to see the Design Space settings area. From general, I want you to work your way over to canvas. Select it, and you can see under canvas grid, we're going to select no grid. Beautiful. Press done, and voila! Now you're going to be able to take something like our design that we were just playing with, and you can now screenshot this, and then from the screenshot be able to import it in other programs and things like that. If you're using a Mac, you can press Command-Shift-4, and your cursor now turns into a photo. So you can now press down when you're ready to start your screenshot, and you can see how much you're selecting, just like so. And when you release the cursor, ta-da! You now have an amazing screenshot, and this is the best way to take something you've designed in Cricut and pull it outside of Cricut. If you're using a Windows device, you will be able to use the snipping tool, which is very similar to a screenshot here on a Mac. For hack number 12, this is for Cricketers that need to kind of like press the gas on their projects, meaning you have a lot going on at one time. Have you ever had that? Have you ever worked on multiple projects at one time? I'm guilty of it, and I know a lot of you at home are too. So let me share with you how you can set up multiple Cricut Design Space windows because previously you could not do that. So if you want to open another Cricut Design Space window, simply come up to File, and there's going to be a button that says New Window. So all you need to do is press New Window, and boom, now you have a second Cricut Design Space right here. So you can switch between the two really easily. And you could set up new projects and things like that and go back and forth with it. Now, if you have 2 Cricut machines, you could also cut from 2 different machines at the same time and things just like that. All right, my friends, so before we jump back over to Design Space, we actually need to measure a blank. Have you ever needed to measure a blank and put it in Design Space to design your project exactly to the size of your blank? In today's tip or hack number 13, we're going to share with you how to do just that. We are going to take this right here and we're going to measure it. And you can see this is 11.75 inches round. So now we can head over to Design Space and I'll share with you how to set that up as a guide for your design. So once you're back over in Cricut Design Space, you're going to click on Shapes and you're going to grab a circle. So traditionally, when I've taught this, you are using just a regular cut image. Today, they'll actually allow you to set it up as a guide. But before we do that, we need to type in our size. So I come up here to the width and I'm going to remove the 2 and I'm going to type in 11.75. And voila. Now this is a cut, image. So meaning Cricut would think we actually wanted to cut this circle. But you know that we actually want it to be a guide. So come up here to Operation and look. They have been listening to us because they know we've been measuring our blanks and putting in shapes for years. So now they've allowed us to use a guide. So click Guide and voila. It's a red outline that is never going to cut. There's nothing on here to make. So look, the Make It button goes away. Now you have a perfect guide to bring your product from the craft table into Design Space. All right, my friends, in hack number 14, what we're going to do is we're going to take this image that is only using 4 colors and we're going to teach you how to use Color Sync and bring it down to 2 colors. So what you'll want to do is come over here to Color Sync. It's right under the Make It button. Select it. And now what you're going to do is just drag one of the colors down to another. And then I'm going to bring this yellow down to the orange. And voila. Now we're going to be able to make this project instead of using 3 or 4 different colors of vinyl. We're only using 2 colors of vinyl. How awesome does that look? And it simplifies it down for a lot of you that may not have 4 different colors of vinyl. I think you'll find Color Sync very handy when working with Makers Gonna Learn cut files. So if you need access to thousands of cut files, hundreds of fonts, and the ultimate place to master that Cricut machine of yours, definitely check out our membership down below where you can become a member for as low as $19.99 a month. All right, my friends, for hack number 15, I want to show you a little secret that can help save you time and energy when cutting. Let's say you want to cut 2 different colors of vinyl on one mat, and you can totally do that, but it takes a little bit more know-how for you. So instead of cutting 2 mats, we're going to do 1. So let me share with you how to bring your blue image to the yellow mat above. So the blue layer right here has 3 dots. We're going to select those and we're going to select Move Object. So we're going to move it to this mat right here and then we're going to press Confirm. Now we have 1 mat and we can drag this down right here. We're going to grab it and drag it down to the bottom. So now we know that the yellow mat is going to need to be about 5 by 7 inches right here. So about 5 by 7 from the top left-hand corner. And then our blue mat needs to be roughly 1, 2, 3, 4 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 as well. So, 4 by 7 for our blue layer down here. And then we have this layer up top. So now we're cutting both of those vinyl pieces. We're going to lay them right where they need to be on the mat. And you can use this as a visual guide, and then you'll be able to run it through one time for both colors of vinyl. It takes a little more know-how and follow through, but again, you'll save time every single time once you get this hack down pat. All right, friends, for hack number 16, this is a good one. As you know, at Makers Gonna Learn, we give you a variety of printable cut files, cuttable cut files, so many different things. I want to teach you how you can turn anything into a sticker. So this file right here is meant to cut. So what we're going to do is select both of these layers, and we're going to simply press flatten. What flatten does is it turns your images, your cut images, into a printable image. So maybe you don't have these colors in vinyl. No worries, press flatten, you'll print out these images and then it'll cut out as a sticker. Now, if you want it to look truly like a sticker, as a little bonus, here's what I'd recommend. Since it's flattened now, just do a quick offset and you're going to be able to quickly see. You can just play around with the offset, just like so, and press apply. So then you have an awesome offset where you have now an amazing sticker. So that will be a really, really easy way to do this technique. And then what we're going to do now, since these two are not attached, we're going to select both of them and just press attach. Or actually, since they're printable, you could press flatten. But before you do that, if you didn't want the background to be black, you just wanted a white offset, you would select the black layer, come up here, and you could go to white. And now you could select both of them again and press flatten. Ta-da! So now let me share with you in hack 17 how to get the best print image every time. So for hack number 17, let's go to press make it, and you're going to see it's right here. So let's press continue and let's click send to printer. Once you're here, you're going to want to turn on system dialog. Turn that on and press print. Notice I'm not even worried about my printer yet, and it says preparing for print. Now, if you're a Cricut beginner, you're going to be like, where's my system dialog? Why is it not popped up? Well, my friends, this is one of those hacks you just have to learn. For some reason, it's just waiting for you back here. It instantly pops up, but it's always backwards. Here is where you're going to want to select your favorite printer. Here's where you can say feed from the rear tray. And this tip is one of my favorites. You're going to go from a normal print quality, we're just going to move her on up to the best quality. And then you can hit print and follow through with your print, then cut design. All right, my friends, for hack number 18, this is an amazing hack that I think a lot of you will benefit from. So looking right here, you can see when you're using fonts and you are drawing, this is what it would traditionally look like. But luckily, Makers Gonna Learn has developed some amazing sketch fonts. These are amazing sketch fonts that you'll be able to do, and I'm honestly obsessed with these. So the hack here is to test out sketch fonts rather than just using any font right here time and time again and getting these weird outlines. We have linked down below a ton of our sketch fonts that you'll be able to use if you're a member at Makers Gonna Learn. And remember, it's super easy to become a member. You get instant access to so many amazing things. So you get that when you become a member. And this totally looks much better than this up here. So that is the hack. Start using sketch fonts in your designing to make sure you get the best high quality look when you're using pens or markers with that Cricut machine of yours. For hack number 19, this is one that I think a lot of you will appreciate. Let's say you have a piece of faux leather. Maybe you have a specialty material like this vinyl right here. You've never cut with it, you're not sure how it's going to do, and you only have a limited supply. Maybe you only have one piece. What the heck do you do to make sure you get the best cut quality possible? My friends, for hack number 19, it's do a test cut. What that means is a simple test cut. I recommend a square, circle, or my personal favorite is a star. The star can be anywhere from 2 to 3 inches wide by 2 to 3 inches wide, and it can be up in the corner. And what you're going to do the test cut, see how well it cuts and how well it weeds. If you can get a star to cut and weed really well, chances are, no matter what image you're doing, no matter what you're cutting, you'll get a great cut every single time without wasting the whole sheet just testing it out for a larger image when you only have one sheet to work with. All right, my friends, for hack number 20, you are going to love this one. This is called the taco method. This is when you're wanting to apply your image really well and you're nervous, right? So I like to, take my design with the vinyl and the transfer tape and create like a little taco, and then I can apply it and kind of see my design really, really well, and then just simply apply it down. So just like so, it helps relieve any air bubbles and things like that from my design every single time. I always do that technique. I think it's just really nice to always remember to do that, and then you can burnish and then peel back. And just like so, the taco method is a flawless technique for you to use in your Cricut journey. All right, my friends, there it was, 20 different hacks to take you from a beginner to a pro really fast. Which one was your favorite? I'm dying to know. Drop me a comment down below. Give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel for more amazing Cricut videos and hack videos to master your machine every single day. If you're interested in some of those sketch fonts, thousands of cut files, hundreds of fonts, check out Makers Galore down below. We are dying to have you join our community to see everything you get access to. And until the next video, I'll see you back here real soon. Bye, guys.